one's asking why. The world keeps spinning, no one seems to care. Lost in the noise, a silent prayer. Does anyone out there even hear the cry? I'm just a voice in the wind, but I'll keep on screaming, 'cause someone's missing. I won't stop dreaming.
Welcome. Good afternoon, guys. So, today we're going to go through missing people, of course, and we're going to try to name off as many names as we can. Not that one missing person is any more important than any other missing person, but it's important that we get all of these faces out here. Today, I'm going to start off with Voice for the Voiceless. As you can see, I've added this. If you are on the vertical side, please remember that you can absolutely zoom in. I realized that yesterday. I know it looks like it's tiny to you, but you can zoom in with your fingers on your phone and it can make it bigger. That being said, let me see if I can go ahead and make this bigger because I know this is still not big enough. There we go. All right, guys. So if you are on the vertical side, just remember you can zoom in to the person that I am showing. Okay, let me go ahead and say hi to everybody. Hey, what a duck. Hey, Judy J. Good to see you. I know who you are, little landers. I see Donald Duck. All right, guys. I don't expect a lot in here, and that's fine. Quality over quantity is completely fine with me. My goal today is to get these faces out here. So that's exactly what I feel like I'm going to do. All right. So, first, here we have from A Voice for the Voiceless Incorporated. Now, I do have their link shared in this chat. If you are not over there on Facebook checking them out, please do. Now, missing Maria Shandon Clark has been missing since Campbell missing and let me start over this. Maria Shandon Clark has been missing and Campbell County Police are asking for locating her. She was last seen at 7 p.m. on 2/5/2026 at the Marathon gas station off AA Highway in southern Campbell County, Kentucky. Information suggests that she may have traveled to Huntington, West Virginia. Now, Maria is originally from Marion, Kentucky. She was last seen wearing black Puma tennis shoes, black sweatpants with white stripes down the side, and a mossy oak bottomland hoodie. If you have any information about where she may be, please contact 859-547-3158. Hey, Nico. Happy to see you. I do know that you're over on the mobile version. If you can't see someone in chat, it's because I have both going. I do realize the flyer's small, but you can zoom in if you're on the mobile version. So if you can't see it well, just zoom in there and it'll bring you right out there. Okay, so next we have missing child update. A 13-year-old Isabella Shiflett has been missing since Goodrich County, Virginia, since February 9th, 2026. Now, the Goochland County Sheriff's Office says Isabella was last seen during the late evening hours on the 6100th block of Community House Road. Since this initial report, detectives have continued following up on information received following available data, and developing leads have been related to Isabella's whereabouts. Guys, if you have any information or you even think you see Isabella, please contact 1-804-556-5349. It's good to see you, Nico. I'm happy to see you. Okay, now look at this little fella. And all this really says about him is he is missing and endangered. He's 9 years old. He's Braden McCullough. He's been missing missing from Mesa, Arizona since 2/12/2026 at 12 a.m. near Signal Buttle Road and Point 22 Boulevard. Now, Braham was last seen leaving his residence on foot, which is out of character for him. He is listed as endangered, and his family is deeply concerned about his whereabouts. Braden is a black female with black hair and black male, I apologize, with black hair and brown eyes. He is 4 foot tall and 67 pounds. He was last seen wearing a blue shirt and blue checkered pants. If you have any information about his whereabouts, please contact 480-644-2211. And you can call that number 24 hours a day. Let me go over here and check chat. I think everybody's doing fairly well, as far as I can see. We have a missing adult from Florida. 47-year-old Robert LaPaula has been missing since from St. Lucie County, Florida since January 8th, 2026. Now his sister states, "Please share and help me find my brother." Robert is described as a white male, 5'9", 170 pounds with brown hair and brown eyes. He has scars on each of his wrists. His tattoos include a devil and skull tattoo on his right arm, a rosary with a cross and initials on his left arm, a New York Giants logo on his one calf, and a female angel and devil tattoo on his chest. If you have any information regarding Robert LaPola's whereabouts, please contact 911 or contact St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office at 4772-462-3684. Sorry, guys, this is going to be one of these stuttering days, I suppose. I apologize. Now, here we have a feather alert. She's at risk. She's 24 years old. Nataline Padilla has been missing since in Los Angeles, California, since January 9th, 2026. She was last seen at approximately 1500 hours near that street and Union Pacific Avenue, and she is believed to be on foot. The feather alert has been activated by the CHP on behalf of the Los Angeles Police Department, and CHP has been notified on February 11th, 2026. Now, Nadine is 5'7". She weighs 135 pounds with red hair and brown eyes. She was last seen wearing a black and green jacket, a pink sweater, and pink sweatpants. Now, Nadine's tribal affiliation is Apache. If you see her, please dial 911 immediately. Now, this is a missing child. He's 15 years old, Jeremiah Bennett, and he's been missing since start over again, guys. Here we go. One of those days. He is 15 years old. Jeremiah Bennett has been missing from Mesa, Arizona. He's been missing since 2/8/2026. He was last seen at approximately 10 p.m. on Gilbert Road and Broadway Road. After leaving his residence on foot, Jeremiah is an African American male with black hair and brown eyes. He is 5'8" tall and he weighs around 150 pounds. He was last seen wearing a gray Nike tracksuit. If you have any information that could help locate Jeremiah, please contact the Mesa Police Department Missing Persons Unit at 480-644-2211. Hi, Alex. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you having you here. This one I kind of didn't want to go into. It does involve a tote, so we know where that's probably going to go to. We have missing child, 13-year-old Eli Purnell, and he's missing from Lexina, Kansas. Eli was last seen on February 11th, 2026 at approximately 12:45 a.m., leaving his residence on the 9500th block of Halsey Street in Lexina. Now, he's described as 5'1", approximately 120 pounds, last seen wearing a black and green coat and gray sweatpants. Authorities have indicated Eli may have left on his own, but his family is deeply concerned for his safety and his well-being. Mind you, he's still a child. He is still a child no matter what. He's loved, and he needs to be home. Definitely needs to be home. If you have any information, please reach out to the Voice for the Voiceless. I don't really see a number right here. It just says to dial 911. Oh, what a beautiful child. Well, hi, Alex. I see all the waves. Hi. I'm so happy to see you guys today. If you're on the mobile side, I'll say it again. You can zoom in and see these flyers a little bit easier. I realized that yesterday. I should have brought that to someone's attention before. This is just because most of my viewers are watching by phone. So to try to get these faces out, I have to do it this way. I apologize for the inconvenience. I know it can really be aggravating. 3-year-old Million Honest Jeter has been located safe. That's amazing. And I know some of these are kind of hard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over. I'm going to remove this and I'm going to go back over to the Aware Foundation. The Aware Foundation is an actual, they do update a lot. And sorry, you're going to see a little bit of dead air right here, but I'm just going to go over. Excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and go over and see if I can grab them real quick because they kind of show the flyer and it does help a lot in situations like this where I can see and read the flyer directly from them. So, how's the weather everywhere? Guys, I'm curious. It's super warm in Missouri today, like super warm. It's a little scary how warm it is. And tell me where you're from. Water Duck, I know where you're from. Okay, so I found it. So, what we'll do, we're going to come over here. We're going to stop that screen and we're going to start this one. I kind of give you guides on what I'm doing here so you don't think I'm just over here doing nothing, which usually I probably am. But anyway, let's get off that one and get it back over here. All right, guys. Now, what I've added to stage is the Aware Foundation. This is a very good foundation to put out flyers. They put them out fast, they update them fast. I do appreciate all of their hard work. I do. It really helps me get these flyers out. As you can see, Kenneth was found deceased. Rest in peace, Kenneth. And make sure that you guys can actually see this so I'm not just talking to myself and you can. Okay, amazing. Great. It's heartbreaking to see that they pass. We know that goes to Nancy. He's with our Lord. We have Aline Santos. Aline Santos was last seen on February 10th, 2026 in Medford, Massachusetts. She was last seen wearing black pants and a gray shirt. Aline frequents the areas of Malden, East Boston, Massachusetts, and Hartford, Connecticut. If you have any information regarding her whereabouts, please contact 781-322-1212. Oh, we have Gabriella. Another sad one. Rest in peace. We have Rose. Rose was located safe. That makes me so happy. Anyone with dementia that's located safe, we almost have to praise. And we have Shakira located safe. Amazing. Linda was found deceased. Corbin was located safe. That's amazing. We have Carol Groves. She's 66 years old. She's 5'4". She weighs around 120 pounds. It says she was last seen sometime in November or December 2025 in the area of John Street in Covington, Kentucky. Now, she was wearing pajama pants, pink Crocs, and was wrapped in a blanket. If you have any information about her whereabouts, contact Detective UHL of the Covington Police Department at 859-292-2275. We have Stephen LeCount. Stephen LeCount, there is a reward for him. He's 63 years old. He's 5'8", and he weighs 160 pounds. Stephen Wayne LeCount of Howell Road in Lansing, North Carolina, was reported missing on August 10th, 2025. He was wearing camouflage shorts, white graphic t-shirt, and work boots. Now, Stephen has had a head injury in the past, which may have impaired his speech and cognitive abilities. It actually says on here, he may have abilities as if he were a child. If you have any information about him, please contact 336-846-5600. Oh my goodness, that's heartbreaking. Let me check over here in chat and make sure y'all are behaving, which I know you guys are. No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. Oh, you're from North Carolina. Awesome, Nico. That's awesome. I bet it's beautiful there. I would love to go to North Carolina. Absolutely love it. I would. I honestly would. Okay, so we have Mount. Is it Mount K? Y'all have to correct me now. I'm just silly old redneck, so I'm just trying to pronounce these words as they come through. We have Jordan, who was located safe. We have Amelia located safe. I love that. We just went over her yesterday. We have Lena. She located safe. We went in also, and he has passed away. That's so sad. We just went over him yesterday. We have Martina located safe. Dakota, Tamara Young. Now this one's a little rough because a lot of people know her story. A lot of people do not. So Tamara Young was last seen February 6, 2026 at approximately 6:30 p.m. on the 111th block of Marks Church Road in Richmond County, Georgia. Now, Tamara was wearing a black shirt and black pants. If you think you've seen her, if you think something about her just stands out to you, please get a hold of their Richmond County Sheriff's Office at 706-821-1080. We have J. Anthony Williams. He is 16 years old. He's 6'1" and he weighs 160 pounds. And he was last seen February 6, 2026 at approximately 5 p.m. on the 23rd 100th block of Prague Court in Richmond County, Georgia. He left within an unknown vehicle. Now, J. Anthony was wearing a black and white checkered hoodie and black pants. If you think you have seen him, please contact 706-821-1080. We have Hope. Hope Hosky was last seen February 3rd, 2026 at 6:35 p.m. in the area of Center and McKellips in Mesa, Arizona. If you have any information regarding her whereabouts, please contact their police department at 480-644-2211. We have Zachariah Easter. He's 13 years old. He's 5'10". He weighs 170 pounds. He was last seen February 6th at approximately 11:45 p.m. on the block of Drayton Drive in Richmond County, Georgia. He has been left in an unknown vehicle. I think we may have already went over this one. If you have seen Zachariah, please contact 706-821-1080. Uh, Tony Lee has been located. Well, that's great. I read that wrong. Yeah, has been located. Awesome. We went over her yesterday. We have Ace Hudson. This is the cold case. Ace Hudson, at the time he went missing, was 31 years old. His hair is brown. His eyes are blue. His height can range between 5'6" to 5'8", and at that time he was 155 pounds to 165 pounds. Ace Jonathan Hudson was last seen January 12th of 2021 in Lexington, Kentucky. He frequents the Cardinal Valley Park area. If you have any information regarding his whereabouts, please reach out to the Lexington Police Department at 859-258-3600. We have Rondo Rowan. Now she's missing indigenous person. She's 38 years old. Her hair is brown. Her eyes are brown. She's 5'7". She weighs 130 pounds. A Washington missing indigenous person alert has been issued for Wanda Rawson, who was last seen February 1st, 2026 at approximately 12 p.m. in the area of 4th Avenue South and South Michigan Street in Seattle, Washington. And she was traveling on foot. If you have any information about her whereabouts, please contact the Seattle Police Department at 911. We have Jaden Ruffin. He's 15 years old. He's 6'1", and he weighs 140 pounds. Jaden Ruffin was last seen February 2026 at approximately 11:40 p.m. Now that he was last seen on the 2700th block of Glen Hills Drive in Richmond County, Georgia. He was last seen wearing a dark colored jacket and is traveling on foot. If you think you've seen Jaden, please contact 706-821-1080. We have Magdalene Paya. She's 17 years old. She has black hair, brown eyes. She's 5'5". She weighs 145 pounds. Now, Magdalene was last seen February 3rd, 2026 at 4:30 a.m. in Gila County, Arizona. Now, she may be headed to Guadalupe, Arizona. Magdalene was wearing a brown shirt and pants. If you have any information regarding her whereabouts, please contact the Gila County Sheriff's Office at 928-402-1872. We have Brian Austin. Brian Austin is 40 years old. Brian Keith Austin was last seen January 28th, 2026 at approximately 10:15 a.m. when his girlfriend dropped him off at the Motel 6 located at 120 Church Street in Georgetown, South Carolina. He stated he was taking a bus to Myrtle Beach to visit his brother. Brian's clothing was later located near the partial bridge in the adjacent to the Motel 6. Along with his wallet and driver's license, the last known communication from Brian was to his girlfriend. He made statements indicating how he may jump into the river. God, I hope he did not. If you have any information, please contact Georgetown Police Department at 843-545-4300. Guys, this could be any of us. It could. It could be you. It could be I. Terrible. Looks like they've been located. Safe. We have Jade Toth. We went over her yesterday. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back over here. And even though I have went through these, I'm going to go ahead and remove that one. I am going to go through a few of mine that were on my YouTube that I feel like have been forgotten. Now, I know everyone says, not everyone can bring Brock to life. I get that. But you know what? Some of my people I take to heart. And with that, some people need to be remembered. And all everybody does. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my YouTube and I'm going to play some of mine where I have went through these missing people because every person matters. Whether you have money, I don't care what political party you're in, it doesn't matter to me. If you're missing, you deserve to have your name shown, your face shown. Everyone. I know that sounds like me preaching and it could be, but at the same time, everyone deserves this. Sorry about my dog. Everyone deserves to be seen. Everyone deserves just for their name to be said. I can't have it any other way. And would you want that? Think about it. I mean, if it were you, would you want to? I would definitely want to know that my name was spoke about. All right, so let me go back over here. Go over to my YouTubes and I won't play a lot, guys. I don't plan on staying on here for very long. I just wanted to make sure that some people understand how important it is to get every face out, not just one, not just whatever political party, how much money they have. It doesn't matter. Those things don't matter. They just don't matter. What matters is it's a human. They're human. They're human beings. Okay, let's see if I can. Oh, here we go. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna share this. And like I said, if you can't see, please zoom in. If you're on the mobile side, you can zoom in just with your two little fingers. It'll go right up there. And I promise you it'll work. Okay. Let me go ahead and share this. Make sure you guys can see it. Make it bigger. All right, guys, and here we go.
January 8th, 2023 from Dow, Illinois. Kayla was last seen leaving her residence in Dow, Illinois, which is located near Little Piazza Road and McCluskey Road, after an argument with her boyfriend. Kayla walked away, leaving all her belongings behind, including her phone. Kayla is a cancer survivor, and she does wear a colostomy bag. All of her needed medical supplies were also left behind. Kayla loved being on Facebook. She was on social media every single day. Kayla has not logged into her Facebook account since her disappearance. Kayla always kept in steady contact with her daughter as well as an aunt. With no word from Kayla in months, her family is absolutely terrified for Kayla's safety. This is way out of character. Family continues to stay hopeful. Someone knows something. Kayla has ties to Carlinville, Alton, and Wood River. Kayla is 39 years old. She stands 5 feet 2 inches tall and weighs 110 pounds. Her eyes are hazel, and her hair is brown, though it's dyed blonde. She has false teeth and, well, several tattoos on both arms, her hand, legs, neck, and throat. Now, just 22 miles away, another woman, 6 months later, goes missing. Amy Fulton went missing on July 12, 2023 in Carrollton, Illinois, according to her boyfriend. Amy's mother had not seen or heard from her daughter since July 7th. According to Amy's boyfriend, Amy left on foot after a fight. He did claim that he struck Amy pretty hard. Amy's boyfriend did not report her missing until August 2nd. Linda shared, Amy was looking forward to her sobriety ahead of her. She would never go this long without talking to a family member. The last communication I had with my daughter was her telling me happy anniversary. We just want to know what really happened to Amy. So Amy went missing east of Carrollton at her boyfriend's house. She disappeared in a rural area. Shockingly, Amy allegedly left on foot without her necessary seizure medication. And Amy left without taking her phone, medication, or any possessions at all. So a tip came in that someone may have seen Amy on the 13th in a truck alive, but, that is now being investigated. Amy could call anyone, even if she didn't have her phone, because she was one of those people that memorized phone numbers instead of relying on contacts to call people. Amy would have called us by now if she was okay, I believe, says her mom, Linda. Amy was 39 years old when she disappeared. She is 5 feet tall and weighs about 140 pounds. At the time she went missing, Amy had her hair dyed black, but her natural hair color is blondish brown. Amy has notable tattoos, and she also has a distinctive tattoo near her neck that reads, "Only God can judge me." After chatting with a few locals in Dow, Illinois, more than a handful have stated to me that they have seen Kayla and Amy at one house. This isn't a normal home, but is very well known for distributing certain substances. The women were not seen together, but definitely known to frequent the same home. After researching, I realized the first flyer made by someone close to Amy had her missing from Dow, not from her area, and I have to ask, why? It's a haunting thought that two women vanish, one drug house remains, and zero answers. Tell me your thoughts in the comments.
Yeah, guys, like that was really wild. Those two girls are missing from Illinois, and that's not all that's missing from Illinois. Like there are so many missing in Illinois that it's actually pretty alarming. I don't know how many of you are from Illinois, but just from my standpoint, it's like, how is this even possible? How is it possible that that many are missing in Illinois? And as we go on to that, I also want to go through and I want to talk about Katie Ferguson. Katie Ferguson is another one that has been forgotten. And honestly, she shouldn't have. She shouldn't be forgotten. So let me go ahead and share this and we're just going to go through some of these that matter, but it sure doesn't feel like that to families. These families don't feel like they matter. These families feel left behind. That's not okay. We can't leave families behind. We just can't. Why would we? Right? I mean, why would we?
It's a parent's worst nightmare. One minute they're there, the next, they're gone. Katie was on a road trip, a journey across America. But this was no family vacation. She was with her ex-lover, Adam Avels Jr., and her two young children. Katie's family last heard from her in October 2023. She was in Arkansas, thousands of miles away from her hometown in Wyoming. Then, silence. Days turned into weeks. Her phone went straight to voicemail. The worry gnawed at her family's hearts. Where was Katie?
Sorry about this.
The road trip began in Florida. Katie, Adam, and the children were heading to Wyoming, a long journey with a sinister end. They were driving in Adam's black Dodge Durango, a vehicle that would later become a chilling piece of evidence. Police body cam footage captured Katie alive during the trip, a glimmer of hope in a sea of despair. She was seen in Truman, Arkansas. The footage showed no signs of trouble, but this footage would be the last confirmed sighting of Katie. Mona, Katie's mother, felt a chill down her spine. Something was wrong. A mother's intuition is rarely wrong. Days turned into weeks, and there was no sign of Katie. Mona's heart ached for her daughter. She knew she had to act fast. Katie's disappearance was a mystery that needed to be solved. Mona contacted the authorities, her voice trembling with fear and desperation. Every passing moment without Katie was agonizing. The clock was ticking. Adam Avels Jr., Katie's ex-lover, returned to Wyoming with the children, but Katie was not with them. Alarm bells started ringing. Where was Katie? Adam had a criminal past, a convicted felon. He claimed Katie had left the Durango, seeking drugs, but her family didn't believe it. Katie would never abandon her children. Her family knew this to be true. Adam's story was riddled with inconsistencies. He became the prime suspect. The evidence against him was mounting. Adam's black Dodge Durango was found abandoned. It was in Wyoming, not far from Katie's hometown. The windows were covered with black garbage bags. A chill ran down the spines of the investigators. What secrets did this vehicle hold? Inside the Durango, a gruesome discovery. Bloodstains, a loaded Glock magazine, cleaning chemicals, and most disturbing of all, blood containing Katie's DNA. It was found in the passenger door seal. The front passenger seat was missing. Section 6. Unraveling the Truth. Investigators pieced together the evidence like a macabre jigsaw puzzle. 3 bullets were embedded in the passenger side of the Durango, 2 fired by the same gun. A Texas state trooper had encountered Avels during the road trip. He had noted a projectile hole in the passenger door. It was likely a bullet hole. Further investigation revealed Adam had borrowed an angle grinder, a tool that could be used to remove parts of a vehicle. His father had found a pink tote container. It smelled of rotting meat. Adam had retrieved it from a dumpster, claiming it contained DNA. Chilling. Section 7. Where is Katie? Despite the overwhelming evidence, Katie's body has never been found. The search for her continues. Authorities presume she is deceased. The U.S. Attorney's Office is actively investigating. Cadaver dogs have been brought in. They are focusing on a potential fire pit area between Texarkana, Texas, and Arkansas. The question remains, where is Katie? Her family deserves answers. Her children deserve justice. Section 8. A mother's plea. Mona, Katie's mother, is living a nightmare. She is clinging to hope that her daughter will be found. She is pleading for anyone with information to come forward. No detail is too small. Katie's case has gained national attention. Public awareness is crucial. It can mean the difference between a cold case and justice served. Section 9. Finding Katie. Katie's story is a stark reminder that evil can lurk in the shadows. It can touch the lives of those we love. But we must never give up hope. We must continue to fight for justice. For Katie, for her children, for Mona. If you have any information about Katie's disappearance, please contact the authorities immediately. Your call could bring Katie home. Section 10. Resources for domestic violence. If you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, please reach out for help. Here are some resources. National Domestic Violence Hotline, 1-800-799-7233. Visit www.thehotline.org for more information and support. Remember, you are not alone. Section 11. Do no harm. In our pursuit of justice and truth, we must always remember to do no harm. Our actions and words have power. Let's use them to support and uplift those in need. Together, we can make a difference.
It's heartbreaking, and we often look, "Hi, Mark, thank you for joining, I'm so happy to see you." We often see him, "Hi, Spanky, I didn't see you either, thank you for coming in." What we're doing today is kinda going through the people that have kind of been forgotten throughout this whole mess, and I don't wanna say mess because every person matters, and we all know, you know how I feel about that. But what about the ones that feel forgotten? What about those? What about those missing people that completely feel forgotten? Well, we can't have that. I can't have that. I just can't. So with that being said, I'm gonna play the video on Ian Rogers. I know they did find his truck. It's another sad one, guys. It is. It's really sad. It is a little bit long. It's not that too long. I won't keep you here forever, but it's very important that we keep these people out there. It Ian matters just as much as anyone else. So as I share this, have patience with me here. Okay, and here we go, and I'm gonna go ahead and get that on there, and I'll make this full screen. If you have any questions or you wanna chat with me in chat, I'm right here. Guys, if you're over on the mobile side, zoom in. I didn't realize that till yesterday. Again, I will stress that. If you can't see what's on there, zoom in and you can actually see the flyer, which I think is amazing, and they should have stressed that long ago, but they didn't. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get started in prayers for Ian.
2024, Ian Rogers dropped his girlfriend off at work. He returned to the home they shared. He got ready for work. He stopped by his mother's house to pick up work tools, and he was never verifiably seen again. Ian worked for Spartan Exteriors, where he had recently received a promotion. With his promotion, he was enjoying a salary increase, and he was provided with a work truck. The work truck, a 2019 Dodge Ram, was captured on at least one that we know of traffic camera, but it was unclear if Ian was the driver of the truck, as the image is super grainy. Now, between 9:30 and 12:30 p.m., we are aware of some phone calls that he made to family and to coworkers. And a phone call was made from his phone late in the morning that indicated that the truck was overheating and that he would be late to work. And it wasn't until that evening when Ian's boss, Joe, arrived at Ian's mom's house to tell her that Ian had not arrived at work that day. And since that day, family and friends have focused on taking action on finding Ian. And Ian's disappearance was immediately reported to the Wakulla County Sheriff's Office. A Facebook page was created and missing persons flyers were distributed. Also, this case was added to the NamUs website, which is a website that houses critical information about people who are missing. And at this time, June of 2025, there has been no contact or word from Ian.
All right. So at this point, because it's a missing person, there doesn't seem to be a lot of information at all here. We've talked about a truck that's missing. We've talked about him that's missing, and it's just poof, he's just gone.
Mm-hmm.
And no one seems to have any idea of really what to go on.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see, based on that summary, I want to start with, we understand he was getting promoted or was promoted. Do we know what he was supposed to be doing that day?
Yes, he was supposed to be reporting to work at the work site, which is in Killarn, which is in Tallahassee. And he lived at the time in Crawfordville, which is south of Tallahassee. So he was supposed to be traveling in the work truck north, either up the Crawfordville Highway or the Woodville Highway.
Mhm.
And then most likely circling around Capitol Circle. There are several different ways to do it, and heading up into that Killarn neighborhood, which is the northeast part of Tallahassee.
Okay. What about, was there anything going on around this time?
Yes, the day he disappeared was August 26th, 2024. And what's really notable about the timing of this disappearance or of him being missing is that the next day, August 27th, is his only child's birthday. And we know from talking to family that he had been talking with his child about a birthday party. They had been making plans. He disappeared on a Monday. They had been making plans for the next weekend to continue the celebration of his birthday. And it just seemed it's obviously unusual for someone just to go missing anyway, but for that to happen the day before your only child's birthday was just even more unsettling to people.
So this is probably one of the reasons why most people that we've spoken with so far don't believe that this person just got up and walked away. And it was out of character for him. Plus, with these events and this person, his child that he cared for, extremely unlikely he would have just vanished on his own accord.
Right.
And is this also the reason that law enforcement is treating this now like it was foul play? Because it started out as a missing person, from what we understand. They now treat it as foul play. What led up to them changing that decision?
Yes. And so we know it was originally reported as a missing persons because Teresa Ian's mom is the person who reported him missing the evening that the boss came and visited her. And she lives in Crawfordville, which is why the case is held with Wakulla County Sheriff's Office.
And his uncle, baseball.
Teresa Rogers holds on to the last memories of her son Ian, who disappeared 1 year ago.
I just never thought that it would be the last time I spoke with him.
That last time was around 9 a.m. on August 26th in 2024. Ian had recently been promoted at work.
Ian's boss came to our house and said that Ian hadn't shown up for work that day. That's when we knew there was something wrong.
On top of that, his son's 10th birthday was the next day.
And he never would have missed that. They had big plans for that day. He never would have missed it.
She says Ian was a proud father.
I have a picture of him, and he's holding, his son, and he's just looking down at him, and it's priceless, just the look on his face. And they have a good time together. They play baseball. Ian taught him to swim and ride a bike, and he's a great dad because he was so childlike himself.
The Wakulla County Sheriff's Office is leading the investigation into Ian's disappearance.
Missing persons cases can be very difficult, especially adult missing persons, because technically a person can be missing if they want to. We've worked copious amounts of leads of interviews, records, cell phone records, all sorts of different investigative leads.
Captain Brett Sirachi says Ian's truck was last seen through a license plate reader in an area near Tom Brown Park in Tallahassee.
After the LPR hit, that is the last actual credible information that we have, and that was just on the vehicle itself.
But he's smiling in most every picture, and that's his missing poster.
Teresa's oldest son, Daniel, passed away unexpectedly in February, and with her other son, Ian, still missing, she's bracing for a difficult holiday season.
I don't know how it'll be this year because Thanksgiving and Christmas were like our holidays, the big ones, and not having him there last year, and then, not having him and his brother not there this year, it's going to be a real challenge.
Great man to have by your side. Again, couldn't be more grateful for all his help and understanding and for the opportunity that he gave us. He drove us to the biggest sinkhole in his land, near the cell phone ping location.
I'm gonna be all around it. The motors and batteries are made with a transducer. This is a transducer at the bottom. Let's start at the sinkhole, and then is it pretty visible on the map, like on Google Maps? To see
I don't know.
This is awesome.
We took our time to set it all out and search thoroughly. The sinkhole was cleared, no sight of any lead, and it's time for the next one.
All right, we got her back up.
It was hard not finding any answers. We're going to fly the drone, of course, along the roads as we go. We already have flown a lot of the roads near the cell phone ping, but this is another spot that we may be able to check with the little buddy.
Good job, bud.
It was a great search. We covered the whole entire lake. If there were to have been his truck in there, we would have seen it clear as day on the sonar. Now we've got, I think, 2 more spots, and then we're going to basically just fly. We've flown the drone around a lot of these roads, but we might just look alongside of the road while we're driving near where that cell phone ping was.
Ian Rogers was last seen driving before he disappeared. Well, the truck is right here. Law enforcement officers are still trying to find Rogers. I'm neighborhood reporter Serena DeVanzo in Southwest Tallahassee. Rogers' boss says he last heard from him the morning of August 26, 2024.
Well, I was hoping for some closure, like some kind of evidence, something to show up. This would lead to something else, finding Ian.
Joe Webster got Rogers this work truck just 3 days before Rogers went missing. He says the truck was brand new when he bought it.
That Friday, that truck pretty much just made it to the dealership. It was kind of dirty. We bought it in the morning, and the dealership spent from 1 o'clock till 5 or 5:30 detailing it. It was absolutely spotless clean whenever Ian was able to drive it away at about 5:30 p.m.
Rogers was supposed to go to a job site on Woodgate Way in Tallahassee, according to Webster. The truck was last spotted on the corner of Appalachian Parkway and Connor Boulevard, until it was found off of Old Plank Road just south of Tram Road.
I don't know why he would have went that way. If he was going to just go home, he should have just drove around Capitol Circle and then turned on Woodville Highway or Crawfordville Highway and drive home. Driving further out the parkway to hit Chairs Cross Road and then cross all the way over Tram to Old Plank is just adding 15, 20 minutes.
In the Ian Rogers missing persons case, 5 different agencies and 7 different canine dogs were in the wooded area off of Old Plank Road Thursday morning looking for Ian Rogers. I'm neighborhood reporter Serena DeVanzo in Leon County. The search ended around 3 p.m. as their search would go on to other private property they haven't been cleared to access. The search parameter was about 3,280 feet in each direction around the truck's location. The truck was found on private property off of Old Plank Road south of Tram Road. Giovanni Hampton, a spokesperson with the Leon County Sheriff's Office, says that the processing of the evidence when the truck was found and coordinating the agencies involved is why this search took over a week to conduct.
So Wakulla County Sheriff's Office will continue to be the lead agency on the case. Because the truck was found in Leon County, we are assisting them along with multiple other agencies.
They also had 7 canines on the search doing different jobs.
So Rocket is a ESD canine, and he's going to help us find the victim's cellular phone.
Hampton said that his phone was not found with the truck. The North Florida search team also had their drone in the air searching the area. In our previous coverage, the truck's bumper and windows appeared to be damaged. After following up with the Wakulla County Sheriff's Office, the windows were not damaged, and the bumper's damage was from the truck being removed from its location. According to Hampton, there was no evidence of foul play when processing the truck.
If you know anything about this case, please reach out to the Wakulla County Sheriff's Office at the number listed here.
Well, right. So there is an update that someone on, like, I don't know if it was satellite or drone footage, had actually spotted his truck there in the woods this whole time. And they're saying that, it was disoriented and they couldn't make sure that it was his truck, but it was his truck. That's how frightening this stuff can actually get. Because if you think about it, I mean, how hard would it have been for them I hate to judge law enforcement, I really do. But how hard would that have been to just look, just to take that drone footage up there and look, right? Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, you know what? I've been wrong before, but you know what? It seems to me like something's not right here. Something's definitely just not right here. And I'll show you one more video and I won't keep you guys long. This is another one. I'm not sure if you guys are really familiar with it. It's Gina Dawn Brooks. Well, actually, no, I'm going to go ahead and show you Kensington, Philadelphia. Now, these two girls have passed away, but it's very important because we have addiction that is unreal in our country. I mean, just absolutely, just a heartbreaking addiction. So I'm going to go ahead and share this. And then after I share this, I'll end, guys. And I can't thank you enough for being here. But this is very important. And her mother has actually thanked me for making this video. Guys, if you're not clean and you need help, reach out. You are worth getting clean. I hope you know that. You're worth it. I don't care what anyone else says. I don't care what your body tells you, what your mind says. You're worth getting clean. And with that being said, let me go back over here and let me share this. And please remember, you are worth getting clean. Absolutely 100%. And if I can help you, reach out. I'll help you as much as I can.
A life cut short, remembering Nicole Murray. Nicole Murray was a young woman with a bright smile and a love for life. She was 24 years old and from Northeast Philadelphia. Friends and family remember her infectious laughter and her kind heart. Nicole loved Wawa Coffee, the music of David Bowie, and capturing moments with selfies. She was a student at the Community College of Philadelphia. Nicole had dreams of becoming a nurse and had been accepted into a nursing program. She was determined to make a difference in the world. But tragedy struck, and Nicole's light was extinguished too soon. Her life, full of promise, was cut short under mysterious circumstances. Nicole's life was not without its struggles. After the devastating loss of her father, she battled with addiction. Despite this, she remained determined to overcome her challenges. Nicole sought help and was making strides toward recovery. She was determined to build a better future for herself. Her story is a reminder that everyone has a past, and everyone deserves a chance at redemption. Nicole's story is tragically not unique. She is one of many young women who have gone missing or been found murdered in Kensington. The neighborhood, plagued by the opioid epidemic, has become a hunting ground for predators who prey on vulnerable women. Vanishing into the night. The disappearance of Nicole Murray. Nicole Murray disappeared in late December 2017. She was last seen in Kensington, a neighborhood notorious for its open-air drug market and the grip of addiction that snares so many. Witnesses reported seeing Nicole getting into a car with a man known only as Pocono Bob. This was the last confirmed sighting of Nicole. Her sudden disappearance sent ripples of fear and worry through her family and friends. Days turned into weeks, and there was no sign of Nicole. Her phone went straight to voicemail. Her social media accounts, usually buzzing with activity, fell silent. Hope dwindled with each passing day. Nicole's family clung to the hope that she was still alive, desperately seeking answers in the labyrinth of Kensington streets. The fear that had been a whisper in the back of their minds grew louder with each unanswered phone call, each dead end. The police launched an investigation, but leads were scarce. Nicole's loved ones refused to give up, plastering missing person posters on every available surface, their pleas for information echoing through the streets where she was last seen. Whispers on the streets, the enigma of Pocono Bob. The name Pocono Bob began to circulate through the streets of Kensington, a chilling whisper that sent shivers down the spines of those familiar with the area. He was a shadowy figure, known to frequent the neighborhood and lure vulnerable women with promises of escape and a better life. He would invite them to his rural home in the Poconos, a place far removed from the harsh realities of Kensington. Witnesses described him as a predator, preying on women struggling with addiction, offering them drugs and a place to stay. He was often seen driving a white Chrysler convertible, a symbol of escape in a neighborhood riddled with despair. His promises were alluring, a dangerous siren song in a place where hope was a precious commodity. Pocono Bob became a person of interest in Nicole's disappearance. His connection to Kensington and his history of preying on vulnerable women painted a grim picture. The investigation focused on finding this elusive figure, but he seemed to have vanished into thin air, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and mounting fear. A glimmer of hope dashed against the rocks, the last message. A glimmer of hope emerged in the darkness on January 3, 2018. Nicole sent a text message to a friend. In the message, she asked to be picked up from the Poconos. It was a lifeline, proof that she was alive and desperate to escape whatever situation she found herself in. The message sparked a renewed sense of urgency in the investigation. But that glimmer of hope was quickly extinguished. The phone number that sent the message was no longer in service. The location where Nicole requested to be picked up remained unknown. The message, once a beacon of hope, became another agonizing piece in the puzzle of her disappearance. The unanswered questions surrounding the text message only deepened the mystery. Who did Nicole send the message to? Where in the Poconos was she trying to escape from? The unanswered questions lingered, a painful reminder of Nicole's absence and the lack of answers surrounding her disappearance. On April 20th, 2018, a chilling discovery shattered the fragile hope that had clung to Nicole Murray's case. A body was found on an abandoned mobile home property on Foliage Drive in Blakesley, Tunkhannock Township, in the heart of the Poconos. The property was eerily desolate, a forgotten place where secrets whispered in the wind. Dental records confirmed the devastating truth: the body was Nicole Murray. Her remains were found far from the bustling streets of Kensington, discarded in a place where few would think to look. The discovery sent shockwaves through the community, confirming their worst fears. An autopsy was performed, but the results were inconclusive. The cause of death remained undetermined, and the toxicology report, which could hold crucial answers, was still pending. The lack of concrete answers only fueled the anguish of Nicole's loved ones, leaving them trapped in a nightmare of uncertainty. Section 6. A family's anguish, a community's fear, the search for justice. The Murray family was left grappling with unimaginable grief and a torrent of unanswered questions. They held on to the belief that Nicole was clean at the time of her disappearance and that she had every intention of returning home. They released a public statement, their words a poignant mix of sorrow and a desperate plea for justice. "We believe Nicole went with the wrong person, someone who took advantage of her," the statement read. "She was loved, she was cherished, and her absence leaves a void that can never be filled." Their pain resonated throughout the community, fueling a collective sense of outrage and a demand for answers. Despite the discovery of Nicole's body and the cloud of suspicion hanging over Pocono Bob, no charges were filed against him. The investigation was plagued by dead ends and a lack of concrete evidence. The case went cold, leaving Nicole's family and the community grappling with a sense of injustice and the chilling realization that her killer may still be at large. Section 7. Lost Daughters of Kensington, a pattern of vanishing lives. Nicole Murray's tragic story is not an isolated incident. It shines a harsh light on the larger issue of missing women in Kensington. The neighborhood, plagued by the opioid epidemic and a sense of lawlessness, has become a dangerous place for vulnerable women. Many disappear without a trace, their stories fading into the background noise of the city. The disappearances often follow a similar pattern. Young women, often struggling with addiction, vanish without a trace, last seen in the company of men who prey on their vulnerability. Their families are left in a state of perpetual anguish, clinging to fading hope and searching for answers in a system that often fails to protect the most vulnerable. The lack of attention given to these cases is a travesty. These women are not just statistics, they are daughters, mothers, sisters, and friends. Their lives mattered, and their stories deserve to be told. The epidemic of missing women in Kensington demands attention, resources, and a commitment to bringing justice to the victims and their families. Section 8. Breaking the silence. A call for vigilance and action. The fear that permeates Kensington is palpable. Women are afraid to walk the streets alone, especially after dark. The lack of answers and the slow pace of justice have eroded trust in the system that is supposed to protect them. The community is demanding action, calling for increased police presence, resources for addiction and mental health services, and a renewed focus on solving the cases of missing women. This is not just a Kensington problem, it is a societal issue that requires a multifaceted approach. We must address the root causes of vulnerability, such as poverty, addiction, and lack of opportunity. We must empower women with resources and support systems that prevent them from falling prey to predators. We must break the silence surrounding these cases. We must speak out against the violence and demand justice for the victims. We must hold law enforcement accountable for their investigations and demand transparency in their handling of these cases. Section 9. In the shadow of tragedy, hope for a safer tomorrow. The shadow of tragedy hangs heavy over Kensington, but amidst the grief and fear, there is a glimmer of hope. The community, united by shared loss and a fierce determination, is working to create a safer future for their daughters, sisters, and mothers. They are organizing, advocating, and demanding change. They are working to establish support groups for families of missing persons, providing a space for healing and shared strength. They are advocating for legislation that strengthens the investigation and prosecution of these crimes. They are raising awareness about the dangers faced by women in their community, empowering them with knowledge and resources. The fight for justice for Nicole Murray and the countless other missing women of Kensington is far from over. But with every step taken, every voice raised, and every act of courage, they are one step closer to reclaiming their streets and creating a future where their daughters can walk without fear.
Guys, stick with me. It will show Kensington.
On a sweltering summer day, June 11, 2020, a chilling discovery shook the city of Philadelphia. A suitcase lay abandoned near a bustling SEPTA L station in Kensington. Inside, the lifeless body of 25-year-old Christina Gribben, a young mother from Chester County, was found. Christina was known for her bright smile and her dedication to her young son. Her sudden and tragic end left many in disbelief. The news of Christina's death sent shockwaves through her community and beyond. Friends and family were devastated, struggling to comprehend how such a vibrant life could be so abruptly and violently taken away. The image of her discarded remains, a stark contrast to the vibrant life she once lived, became a haunting reminder of the vulnerability of women in a city grappling with crime and despair. Christina's story resonated with many, highlighting the dangers that lurk in the shadows of urban life. The location of the discovery, Kensington Avenue, was notorious for its open-air drug market and the violence that often accompanied it. This area, known for its struggles with addiction and crime, painted a grim picture of the environment where Christina's body was found. This grim backdrop only amplified the tragedy of Christina's fate, raising questions about the circumstances surrounding her death and the possibility of foul play. Was she a victim of the rampant crime in the area, or was there a more personal motive behind her death? As investigators descended upon the scene, the search for answers began. They meticulously combed through evidence, hoping to piece together the final moments of Christina's life. Who was responsible for Christina's death? Detectives interviewed witnesses, scoured surveillance footage, and followed every lead, determined to bring justice for Christina and her grieving family. And what brought her to this desolate corner of the city? The answers remained elusive, but the quest for truth continued, driven by the hope of uncovering the mystery behind Christina Gribben's tragic end. Kensington, a neighborhood etched in the fabric of Philadelphia's history, has long been plagued by poverty, addiction, and crime. The open-air drug market that has taken root in the area casts a long shadow, attracting violence and despair. The once thriving community now bears the weight of countless tragedies, with many lives lost or forever altered by the opioid epidemic and the lawlessness it breeds. Christina Gribben's case, while shocking in its brutality, is sadly not an isolated incident in this part of the city. The streets of Kensington have witnessed countless acts of violence against women, many of whom remain nameless, their stories untold. The discovery of Christina's body served as a grim reminder of the vulnerability of women, particularly those struggling with addiction or caught in the crosshairs of the drug trade. The investigation into Christina Gribben's death was swift and relentless. Detectives worked tirelessly, following every lead and piecing together the events that led to her tragic demise. They meticulously combed through evidence, interviewed witnesses, and analyzed hours of surveillance footage. The community of Kensington was shaken, and the pressure was on to find Christina's killer. Surveillance footage from the area where Christina's body was found played a crucial role in identifying a suspect. Detectives scrutinized every frame, looking for any clue that could lead them to the perpetrator. The footage captured images of a man, later identified as Aaron Mosher from Browns Mills, New Jersey, carrying a suitcase that matched the one in which Christina's body was found. This was a significant breakthrough in the case. Detectives then focused their efforts on tracking Mosher's movements and gathering more evidence to build a solid case against him. They discovered that Mosher had a history of criminal activity, which only strengthened their resolve. On July 20th, 2020, just over a month after Christina's body was discovered, Aaron Mosher was arrested and charged in connection with her death. The arrest brought a sense of relief to the community, but the investigation was far from over. The charges against Mosher included criminal conspiracy, tampering with evidence, abuse of a corpse, and obstruction of justice. Each charge carried significant weight, and the prosecution was determined to see justice served. The prosecution alleged that Mosher had played a role in concealing Christina's death, even if he had not directly caused it. They presented a compelling case, supported by the evidence gathered during the investigation, and the trial was set to be a pivotal moment in the quest for justice for Christina Gribben. Beyond the headlines and the courtroom proceedings lies the story of a remarkable young woman whose life touched many. Christina Gribben was a young woman with a story waiting to be told. Her life was a tapestry of dreams, aspirations, and heartfelt connections. Born and raised in Chester County, she grew up surrounded by the serene landscapes and close-knit community that shaped her character. Christina was a beloved daughter, sister, and friend. Her family and friends remember her as a beacon of light, always ready to lend a helping hand or share a kind word. Those who knew her best remember her infectious smile, her kind heart, and her ability to make everyone around her feel special and loved. Her unwavering love for her two young sons was evident in everything she did. She was a devoted mother who cherished every moment spent with her children. Christina was a graduate of Twin Valley High School, where she was known for her dedication and hard work. She pursued a career in nursing, driven by a deep desire to help others. She enrolled in the licensed practical nurse program at Columbia College of Missouri, where she excelled in her studies. Her commitment to her education and her passion for nursing were evident to all who knew her. Christina also had a passion for writing and poetry. She found solace in expressing her thoughts and emotions through words, often filling journals with her reflections. Her writing was a window into her soul, revealing a depth of feeling and a keen insight into the human experience. Her love for animals was another defining aspect of her character. Christina found joy in caring for creatures great and small, often volunteering at local animal shelters. She had a special bond with animals, and her compassion extended to all living beings, making her a beloved figure in her community. Christina's empathy and kindness were evident in every aspect of her life, from her professional aspirations to her personal passions. The loss of Christina left a void in the lives of those who loved her, a void that can never be filled. Her memory, however, continues to inspire and remind us of the impact one person can have on the world. Though she is no longer with us, Christina Gribben's legacy lives on in the hearts of those who knew her, a testament to a life lived with love, compassion, and grace. Section 5. A Community in Fear, Missing Women in Kensington. The tragic case of Christina Gribben brought to light a disturbing trend in Kensington and the surrounding areas, the alarming number of missing and murdered women. While official statistics remain elusive, community activists and victims advocates paint a grim picture of a neighborhood grappling with a crisis. Women, particularly those involved in sex work or struggling with addiction, are disappearing at an alarming rate, their fates often unknown. The reasons behind this crisis are complex and multifaceted. The opioid epidemic, which has ravaged Kensington, has left many women vulnerable to exploitation and violence. The prevalence of human trafficking in the area further exacerbates the problem, trapping women in a cycle of abuse and despair. Section 6. Echoes of Loss. Other unsolved cases in Kensington. Christina Gribben's case, while tragic, is sadly not unique in Kensington. The neighborhood has become an unfortunate epicenter for violence against women, with numerous unsolved cases haunting the community. The lack of closure for families of victims only amplifies the pain and suffering. Many are left with unanswered questions, grasping for any shred of information that might shed light on the fate of their loved ones. The disappearances and deaths of these women often go unreported or under-investigated, leaving a sense of injustice and a community crying out for answers. Section 7. Justice Delayed, the Trial and Defense of Aaron Mosher. As the wheels of justice slowly turned, the trial of Aaron Mosher got underway. The prosecution presented a compelling case, weaving together a narrative of deceit and indifference. They argued that Mosher, whether directly responsible for Christina's death or not, had played a key role in concealing her passing and disposing of her body. Mosher's defense team, however, maintained his innocence, claiming that Christina's death was the result of natural causes, possibly a drug overdose. They argued that Mosher, fearing the repercussions of being found with the deceased person, had panicked and made the ill-fated decision to dispose of her body. The defense's strategy hinged on portraying Mosher as a desperate man caught in a difficult situation, rather than a cold-blooded criminal. Section 8. A Call to Action, Seeking Justice for Christina and Others. The tragic case of Christina Gribben serves as a stark reminder of the urgent need for action to address the issues plaguing Kensington and protect the vulnerable women who call it home. Law enforcement agencies must dedicate more resources to investigating crimes against women in the area, particularly those involving missing and murdered women. The cycle of violence will continue unless those responsible are held accountable for their actions. Community outreach programs are essential to provide support and resources to women struggling with addiction or trapped in dangerous situations. By offering a helping hand and a path to recovery, we can prevent future tragedies and empower women to break free from the cycle of abuse. Section 9. Hope Endures, Supporting Families and Preventing Future Tragedies. The memory of Christina Gribben lives on in the hearts of those who loved her. Her tragic death serves as a reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of cherishing every moment. Christina's family, while grappling with the unimaginable loss of their daughter, sister, and mother, has shown incredible strength and resilience. They have channeled their grief into advocacy, working tirelessly to raise awareness about the plight of missing and murdered women in Kensington. Their efforts, along with those of countless community activists and organizations, offer a glimmer of hope in the face of despair. By shining a light on the dark corners of the city and demanding justice for those who have been silenced, they are working to create a safer world for all women.
Arrest in the case of a Chester County woman found dead in a suitcase in Kensington. Police arrested Aaron Mosher of Browns Mills, Burlington County earlier this week. He's facing numerous charges, including abuse of a corpse and tampering with evidence. Police say the victim was 25-year-old Christina Gribben, a mother of two from Honeybrook. Her body was found inside a suitcase here on the sidewalk near SEPTA's Market Frankfurt L. No word tonight on the
man is behind bars in connection with a woman's body found in a suitcase in Kensington in June. Aaron Mosher of Browns Mills is charged with criminal conspiracy, tampering with evidence, and abuse of a corpse.
they put the drugs out here, and now they don't want us out here.
The demons inside of me, you know, they don't sleep.
On a given day, 400 to 800 people are on the streets here looking for their next high.
Like, I know they're trying to clean it up right now, but I don't know where they expect everyone to go.
Kensington, Philadelphia used to be a lively place, but now it's known for drugs. In this documentary, I talked to people from the area to show what life is really like there. Get ready to see the tough truth about Kensington, the biggest outdoor drug market on the East Coast.
How do you end up in Kensington?
Someone introduced me to it 10 years ago.
I'm an addict. Right now I'm homeless. We had to move out of my the mother-in-law's house.
I just kept running away from everything, problems. When I didn't have problems, when I was happy, sad. When I was nothing, I just came down here.
I got discharged from Jefferson Torresdale Hospital. They wouldn't provide transport back to my home city. So they more or less just said, we wish you the best of luck and good luck to you.
What brought you down here?
Family.
Your family live out here?
Yeah, I got 2 sisters here out of 9. Got 9 sisters, 2 of them live in Philly, but I got stuck with the drugs, man.
What was it like for you in Kensington growing up out here?
I ran the streets since I was a buck. Fucking niggas running wild, getting that chicken, getting high.
It's like right around when COVID started. I ended up not having my name on the lease, and the landlord where I was staying didn't want to renew the lease because of everything that was going on. And the person who I was renting a room from, his dad had gotten sick, so he ended up moving back home with his dad. So it was kind of like up in the air. And then when the governor closed everything down, I had no job, and not for nothing, the restaurant that I was at was too small to kind of give anyone any type of furlough or anything to hold them over. So I was a little SOL and ended up coming out here after a couple months of staying with a couple friends, ones that actually could, accept people that weren't family.
I came here because of my mom. And at the age of 10, I started selling drugs.
Why so young?
I got introduced to the drug game.
What's your first impression of Kensington when you got here?
Like the first time,
Your first day?
I was under the impression that we were going to Bucks County. So when I got up here, I drove and the guy was like, lock the doors, don't make eye contact with anybody. Just keep your head down and wait until I get back.
All right, guys. So I kind of wanted to just let you know what's going on in the world. And we have so many missing people. Every 40 seconds, someone goes missing. But you know what? We also have a drug epidemic. And they're taking lives as fast as anything else. I mean, it's drugs are taking more lives than murder. So with that being said, guys, I just want to let you know you're worth it. If you need help, if you're struggling, I'm here. If I can't find a resource for you, I can get a hold of somebody that can. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I feel blessed that each and every one of you joined me today. And guys, just remember, you're worth it. You are loved. And I guess that's how I'm going to end today. Guys, have a blessed day. God bless you. And I hope you have a great day. With all that, I love you and you're worth it. Bye bye.
In a world that turns too fast, some are lost, left in the past. But we won't let silence win. We'll speak their names again. Voices rising through the dark. Every story leaves a mark. We are the ones who won't forget. The fight for truth is not done yet. We shine the light, we raise the call. For the missing, the broken, we stand tall. For justice, for healing,